Thanks for listening to Middle Aged and Mediocre. I'm Cash.
I'm Joel.
And we are a podcast about all things strange and unusual, death and UFOs, and other creepy,
Cults,
weird, random
ghosts.
There you go.
Yeah. Not just naming things in the room.
Oh my god.
There's a cult of ghosts.
Welcome back to Middle Aged and Mediocre. I'm Cash, and the
Who am I?
guy sitting across from me wearing an Ocean Highway shirt with a lady on it.
Yeah.
That lady is sexy.
Aquaman.
That is.
I think it's an Aquaman shirt. I got it on sale at GameStop for like $1.
She's the fastest and wettest, it says.
She is.
Oh, that's Joel wearing over his pornographic
I'll leave this shirt
t-shirts.
with you. I'll take it off and leave it here when I leave.
Okay, do it right now.
No, when I leave. I don't want to distract you.
We are here with another movie review. Today we are going to review one of my favorite movies.
One of my favorite
You
movies.
shut up.
I think it could be if I gave it a fighting chance.
Well, I hope you eventually watch it, when we don't need to review it. I hope you actually sit and pay attention to it. We are going to review the 1988 classic Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead.
Starring...
Which it didn't really... Did it have a pumpkin head? It
No.
didn't look like a pumpkin head.
No, it's just... it was based on a poem that was written
I asked like I hadn't seen it.
a long time ago.
Yeah, all right. So
Yeah.
that's probably why I didn't like it, because it's based on poem.
Right.
I already said this felt like homework, and now it's like even more homework.
You hate poetry.
Get out of here and tell your feelings mixed in with words.
And it involves burying people in a pumpkin patch.
Oh, okay,
So,
Pumpkinhead, yeah. Oh, I remember now at the end, they buried that kid in the pumpkin patch.
Well, it wasn't the kid, it was the...
Oh, wasn't the kid?
Well, they bury the kid...
Yeah.
No, he buries the kid in the family cemetery. He's buried at the end in the pumpkin patch.
Oh, it's him buried at the
Yeah.
end. Okay, that's what I meant. Spoilers! On a 1988 movie that I've never seen.
Movie stars
Kind of still haven't.
Lance Henriksen
That's the guy's been in everything.
as Ed Harley. Ed Harley, he has been in everything.
What was the show that he was on? There was like a scanner or some shit like that. There was like a show that he was on. It feels like a Fox show. Maybe around the same time as like X-Files.
He's been in so much.
Yeah. I never watched it, but I just always remember seeing that dude in the commercials.
And the weird thing about Lance Henriksen is sometimes he's a really good actor.
That's his name?
Lance Henriksen.
Huh.
And sometimes he's like Nicolas Cage levels of like just overacting.
Yeah.
And in this movie, he's Nicolas Cage levels of overacting, but I love it. I don't know what movie. He was in the X-Files.
I don't know if he had much of a fighting chance for this movie.
Millennium?
That might be it. Is that a show?
Yeah, it was a TV series from
Last-
96 to 99.
All right, and he was probably like the main dude
He
in
plays
it.
Frank Black.
I think that's it.
He's in 67 episodes, so that's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad they couldn't do 2 more episodes, you know what I'm saying? Because that'd be 69.
Most
We'd
famous,
high five.
he plays Bishop in the Alien movie.
Yes!
That's what he's most well known for.
Yes, Queen. Yes.
He is also in another great movie from the 80s called, it's a vampire horror movie called Near Dark.
Never seen it.
But he is in hundreds and hundreds of things. Dude has been around for a very long time.
He's in me right now.
He's still out there doing it.
He's still out there.
Maybe the greatest movie he's been in
Yeah.
is Jean-Claude Van Damme's Hard Target.
Oh.
So, playing a guy named Emil.
Trying to get that hard target.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, right off the bat, one of my favorite horror movies.
You have it on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray.
Blu-ray, yeah.
You did one of those little sketchbook things where you flip through it and each drop
the whole thing.
Yeah, you showed me that. That was
If I could find it on
impressive.
Laserdisc, I'd buy it on Laserdisc. And as technology advances to new forms of
Like
media,
when they just start downloading movies to our brains, that'll be the first
that'll be
one.
one of the
for
first
you.
ones I
Hell
download
yeah.
to my brain.
You'll be Pumpkinhead.
I will be
Literally.
Yeah, so
This is one of my favorite movies I've seen this week.
Right.
Yeah.
How many movies have you seen this week?
Like 2.
Okay.
3.
Cool. What's up there then?
Cool. It is in the top 3 easily.
top 3.
Easily.
On the cover, it is described as a grim fairy tale. And like we were saying, this is based on a poem that was written by somebody.
Yeah. Some poet.
And I will look real quick.
To
see what that guy's name is.
Is it the same guy that wrote the Star Spangled Banner?
Yes.
Francis Scott
Let's just
Key.
say yeah.
All right, Francis Scott Key. Good job, buddy.
Written by a guy named Ed Justin.
Oh, Ed Justin.
And he is known for that and that only.
Okay.
So, big poetry collection.
I don't think he's really known for that.
From Ed Justin. But yeah, he wrote...
Who's like, did you guys see Pumpkinhead? Do you mean the movie based on that Ed Justin poem?
That one?
No, the other one.
He wrote, keep away from Pumpkinhead unless you're tired of living. His enemies are mostly dead. He's mean and unforgiving. I laugh at him and you're undone, but in some dreadful fashion. Vengeance he considers fun and plans it with a passion. Time will not erase or blot a plot that he has brewing. It's when you think that he's forgot, he'll conjure your undoing. Bolted doors and windows barred, guard dogs prowling in the yard. Won't protect you in your bed, nothing will, from Pumpkinhead.
Ooh.
And the little kids all sing that.
And it's like Halloween and you're reading that.
I
made it extra
spooky
creepy.
Season. There's a scene in the movie where there's a bunch of kids all dancing around Lance Henriksen's son in this movie, and they're singing that poem.
Oh yeah, at the start there at the store.
Yeah, so
dirty kids.
This takes place in the backwoods of the South. Not sure exactly where, but I think maybe Arkansas.
It seemed pretty desert landscape-ish.
Yeah, it was very but there was then there was backwoods.
That's true.
But pretty much if you put a horror movie set in the backwoods of the South anywhere, I'm in. That's my favorite setting for horror movies. It works very well, I think.
Because you gotta be scared of everything, like the supernatural and the people.
Yes, exactly. And that's kind of what we are introduced to some city folk
right away.
Right away, they are they're in this area to do some dirt bike riding out in the desert areas, and they're real douchey.
Yeah.
The main douche is a man named Joel.
Yeah, fucking Joel. Fucking ass Joel, more like it, asshole Joel.
And he says in his best Sylvester Stallone imitation, he says, "'Cause you never know what you're gonna find in the jungle, yo." Talking to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't know why he says that. They're not in the jungle. They're in the desert.
Because of Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the jungle, baby.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
He's pretty much the worst, though.
He is.
And
they establish it right away.
Right away.
Yeah.
So Lance Henriksen, he's just the movie actually opens with it takes place before this movie is happening, when Lance Henriksen's character was just a young boy.
Yeah, he's just a youngin'.
And a guy
with his paw on his maw.
With his paw on his maw, back in a cabin.
His paw wasn't in his maw. His paw and his maw.
Right.
It wasn't his paw in his maw.
Yeah, we don't get any sex in this.
No.
This is not a sexy horror movie.
No titties.
There's a guy.
No Michael Myers, no titties.
There's a guy that's running from something, and he tries to get help from.
We're all running from something, Josh.
From the Harleys.
Yeah.
The Harley family, and they won't let him in. And then Lance Henriksen, as a young boy, hears this man brutally, we assume, murdered.
Yeah.
And then we flash forward, and now we're in the present day where the movie's taking place. Lance Henriksen's all grown up.
All grown up.
He has. We don't know what happened. His wife died. We see her tombstone later on. So Ma has passed away. The new Ma Harley has passed away. And it's just Lance Henriksen.
But she shit out a kid first.
And his little boy.
Yeah.
Who looks a lot like Macaulay Culkin's character from My Girl.
What has that guy been? Yeah, he does. Has that kid been going on to do anything?
Let's see.
He's not a very good actor.
He's.
But he was a kid, so I don't know. Yeah. But later when he dies, he just kept opening his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing his best.
Was that the kid from what's that show that I like? Boy Meets World? Kind of looks like the blonde Minkus from Boy Meets World a little bit.
Minkus?
Was that his name in Boy Meets World? The kid with the glasses?
What was the kid's name? That would help. Eddie Harley. He's played by Chance Michael Corbett.
Kid's always got three names.
Yep, he was in... Let's see what else he did here. He was in The Lost Boys. That's where you got to start.
Right, cool.
And then Pumpkinhead.
That's a movie we should review, Lost Boys.
Lost Boys, that's a good one. We can do that one.
I'll watch that on regular speed.
He was in a lot of TV series and movies. He was in the Major Dad TV series, Kickboxer 2, Lethal Ninja, Baywatch, Most recently, Hallows Eve in 2013. He was not Minkus.
Okay, not Minkus.
So, not
Or did we just start like an urban legend?
not a lot of a career here for the little boy.
Well, when you start off on top like this,
Well, you start out in Lost Boys.
Yeah, Lost Boys and then Pumpkinhead.
Downhill from there.
Yep.
But yeah, if you look like Macaulay Culkin from My Girl, it does not bode well to live a long life.
Nope.
That's still one of the saddest scenes in any movie.
Yeah.
Is when little Macaulay Culkin gets stung to death.
Yep. Spoilers.
Brings me to tears every time I think about it. Poor little boy.
You're not crying right now, and you're thinking about it.
Second, I'm trying.
Cry. I want to see it.
Punch me in the nose real quick.
Oh.
So yeah, Ed Harley. That's Lance Henriksen. He owns a little shop out in the desert.
Yeah.
And they go there to do shop owner things.
And the guy shows up one day with like this like weird gun and has a coin, and he's like, "I'm gonna flip this coin. You call it."
I don't remember what.
That was in No Country for Old Men.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't remember that.
Sorry.
And yeah, Lance Henriksen
What are you talking
has to
about?
run off to do something.
He has to make that delivery to
make
the
the
Dirty
delivery.
family.
And while he's gone, the douchebags from the city are all out running their dirt bikes.
They're like taking pictures and filming it and stuff.
And the little boy takes off running after something.
His dog.
His dog.
Yeah.
You paid more attention than I did,
I know.
it sounds like.
The beginning.
And there's an accident. And Joel, I think it's Joel, right? He's the one that hits him.
One of their names is Joel, yeah. It's the douchebag that definitely hits him because he's like, he tries to take off immediately. They get like to their rental cabin and he pulls the wire out of the phone so no one can call the police to try to help. They just leave the kid there. But like the one good guy like stayed behind with them and just like covered him with his jacket to keep him warm.
Because the IMDb trivia has it listed wrong. They say that Joel, the one responsible for accidentally killing Billy Harley, is the last one to die. But that's not true. He dies, like, middle of the movie towards the end.
That's where you lost me.
So, he might be the last one to die, because maybe the one guy doesn't actually die at the end like I thought he did.
Yeah.
He's laying there. He looks pretty dead.
Nobody knows.
But anyways, so they accidentally hit him, and he's injured really bad. And yeah, Joel basically takes off. He's got warrants. He's already been in trouble.
He's like, I've been drinking. They'll frame me.
Yeah,
They'll frame me with the thing that I did.
So they'll fry me.
Oh, fry me.
Yeah, because he's already got some legal issues that he's dealt with. So yeah, he takes off. A dude named Steve stays behind with the kid. Everybody else goes back to their cabin that they rented.
Yeah.
And yeah, Joel, he rips out the phone cords because they're all like, we got to go to the cops. We got to, go help him.
Joel ain't having it.
He's like, fuck them kids.
Yeah.
He ends up knocking out one of the guys
Yep.
with a log from the fireplace.
Uh-huh.
Then he throws everybody in a closet and locks them in the closet
wood.
with a chair.
Yeah.
The classic put a chair in front of the door, which I don't know if that actually works or not.
I think it does.
I would think you could probably still break it.
If you're strong enough to break the door, you could probably still be strong enough to break the chair.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
But, these are city folk.
We'll try it.
Right? So, what are city folk? They can't do anything.
No.
And especially
Joel's the wild card, and he's the one that locked him in.
He's the one that locked him in.
Yeah.
So, Ed Harley takes his boy to, he comes back to the shop, finds Steve with the little boy, and Steve's trying to, like, hey, it was an accident,
He's like, can I do something to help? And the guy shoots him a look.
Ed Harley's like, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
He takes the boy and takes him to see Haggis.
Where he made the delivery earlier in the movie.
Yeah, and they tell her he wants to go see this old witch lady named Haggis.
Yeah.
And, because he's thinking Haggis can bring the kid back.
He heard tell.
He heard tell.
Yeah.
And they're all like, you don't want to do that. And then,
he said, you'd go on home.
you just go on home. And then one of the kids from there, his character name is Bunt. He meets Ed Harley going down the road and tells him he knows where the old lady is. And he'll take him there.
For some money.
$5. Yeah, $5 whole dollars. Which is probably like $500.
Yeah.
To them. So Ed Harley takes his kid to see Haggis, and she tells him, I can't bring him back. But then he says, well, I want you to, make them pay then. So she's like, that I can do.
Yeah.
So she tells him to go bury his boy and bring her back. I think he has to bring her back something. I could be wrong about that. But anyways, she ends up basically setting a curse on these guys, and she raises Pumpkinhead. from a pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
And unleashes
So that's
Pumpkinhead.
why he's Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
And like what's the main character's name again?
Ed Harley.
Ed. He like can see what Pumpkinhead is doing when he's killing.
He starts to, throughout the movie, he starts to see what's happening, and he starts to become Pumpkinhead.
Oh, yeah.
So they start to, like, become one.
Yeah.
Basically, the moral of the story is, vengeance and hatred will ultimately always be
awesome.
Doom.
Oh, yeah, be your doom.
So Pumpkinhead goes on a killing spree
Yeah.
of all of the marked ones, which is...
But the boy does come back to life, too, like in the truck.
For I think it's just like a mental fuckery.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Ed Harley's taking his dead kid back to bury him, and all of a sudden the kid pops up, and he's like, "What's happening, Daddy?"
Yeah.
And then like Ed Harley blinks, and it's back to normal. But he buries his kid, and he goes back to his cabin, thinking, they'll pay for this. Pumpkinhead starts killing them off one by one. And my favorite thing about Pumpkinhead is, so he's like a demon thing, but he's like a smartass and kind of like a prick. Like he gets like he grins. Like,
oh, he enjoys his work.
He enjoys what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he like kind of like fucks with people. Like he smirks. There's a scene where he's got like the one girl who's like super Christian and is trying to use a cross to and she's starting to pray to God, and he like takes his big claw and like carves a cross on her face.
Yeah. Then
like he holds her face up against the window of the cabin to show her friends, and he's like basically just like mocking them with her. Then he shoves her face through the glass and kills her. Pumpkinhead is the coolest fucking creature design ever. The guy that directed the movie is Stan Winston. Stan Winston is known as a creature effects guy. Like, it's what he does.
Yeah.
And he actually
did a good job with this.
Well, he actually gave the job of designing Pumpkinhead to a different team so he could focus on directing.
Yeah.
And basically just like gave them feedback. So they would like show him what they came up with. He would like tell them kind of what to tweak, and through that they made Pumpkinhead, and it just looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy that a movie in the 80s has a creature that movies now can barely make with CGI.
Yeah.
But Pumpkinhead is tall as fuck.
7 foot at least.
Kind of looks like a xenomorph in some ways.
That's what I kept thinking.
In like some ways, but has like a long tail, long claws. I love like the way they always light him. Like, he's always really well lit, so you always see him. It's not like they do the whole thing where movies like keep half the creature like in the dark, so they really don't have to put much effort into it.
Like the creature's point of view, so you never see.
So you never actually see it. Like this, you see Pumpkinhead. Like, there is no hiding him. He's there.
He's out for revenge.
He is. So Steve, who stayed behind with the kid, he goes back to the cabin after Lance Henriksen takes his son back, and he's Joel's brother, and he's telling Joel like, we gotta get him help. Like, he came, or he's like, actually, I think everything's okay now. The dad's got him. I think we're fine. Like, I think everything's good.
Yeah.
And he's
like, did he see Matt or something like that? He's asking.
He's like, what did he? He's like, what'd you say to him? He's like, I told him it was an accident.
Yeah.
Like, I hate Steve so much. He's dumb. He's hopeful, but he's just an idiot. Like, he's just a moron.
He's like the opposite of Joel.
He's the opposite of Joel.
Like, in the worst.
Now, the cabin that Steve and the others go to, I saw this on the trivia page. It is also the same cabin used in Friday the 13th, the final chapter. So,
oh, wow.
A little bit of a horror crossover there. Like I said, the lighting's awesome. One of my favorite scenes from the movie is one of my favorite scenes overall in horror movies, where they go to the old, where the church used to be, and it's all, like, broken down now, and, like, only, like, some of the structure remains.
Yeah.
And the moonlight shining through, and, like, because they think that Pumpkinhead won't go on, like, sacred ground.
Yeah.
And he, like, enters through, and the moonlight's, like, shining through the cross over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, like, very kind of, like, cautiously walking through and, like, looking at everything, like, because he is a demon of some sort, so, probably not the biggest fan of religious shit. But he ends up just grabbing, like, a big-ass cross and, like, smashing it to pieces.
Yeah.
But the way the moonlight shines through over him is just such a cool scene. But so... once Ed realizes that this thing's not going to stop killing, and he's seeing what's happening, he starts to regret his decision. He goes back to Haggis and tells her...
Like, what do you think? Like, they were just like, Pumpkinhead kill him real fast and painless?
Yeah, I don't know what he thought was going to happen, but that's what, when you're first consumed by it, you want the worst to happen, and then you realize what's really happening.
It really was an accident, and your son wouldn't want that.
He goes back to Haggis and tells her to call it off, to make it stop, and she tells him it's what he wanted. He's like, no, not like this, not like this. I can see now that I was wrong. And she said, you gotta let it run its course now. What'd you think? It was gonna be easy, nice, neat and clean and painless?
Yeah.
And calls him a fool. So he decides he's gonna kill Pumpkinhead. He's gonna do it himself.
Yeah, if she can't do it, he'll do it.
He'll do it. While the end of it, pretty much everyone has died. And Pumpkinhead's set out to kill the last two of the people. And as Ed goes to stop him, Ed ends up accidentally...
He stabbed himself on a pitchfork,
with a pitchfork,
right? Yeah.
And he realizes that it hurt Pumpkinhead too. And now Ed's face is starting to like contort a little bit.
His eyes are like
his eyes are black.
And,
and Pumpkinhead's face is starting to contort into Ed's.
Yeah.
So when Ed realizes that Pumpkinhead feels whatever pain he feels, he figures out that the only way he can stop Pumpkinhead is by killing himself.
He should have tickled himself, and then Pumpkinhead would have not been able to do anything.
That would have been adorable.
Yeah. But I don't think you can tickle yourself because your body knows it's coming.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. So you figured out the plot hole there.
Yeah, you would need someone to tickle.
But you could say, "Hey, you girl, come here, tickle me."
Don't tickle me right now. Give it like 3 seconds. Do it when I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, I can't be ready for it. So he runs to his truck, grabs a pistol. Shoots himself in the head, I believe.
But the way he holds the gun up to his head looks like it barely grazes.
It's not the way you're going to kill yourself.
Yeah.
It hurts Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
But it doesn't kill him.
He gets right back up. So because Ed's not dead yet. He's crawling, trying to get back to the gun again.
Yeah, the girl puts it together, sees Ed going for the gun.
Good for her.
She grabs it. Ed tells her to kill him, and she proceeds to...
She doesn't at first, but then he gets all ghoul-faced again.
Yeah.
And she's like, ah!
So she unloads the gun on him.
Final girl shit.
Kills Ed.
Good job.
Pumpkinhead goes up in flames.
Yep.
And Pumpkinhead's dead. So, and then the movie ends with Haggis burying Ed in the pumpkin patch.
So he'll probably be the next Pumpkinhead when someone comes to or wanting to...
Yeah, so I'm assuming that the guy at the beginning of the movie that tries to get help...
Yeah.
Who is... I'm assuming maybe he is the Pumpkinhead that enacts Ed's revenge, maybe?
Maybe he's the one that started that Pumpkinhead. He's the one that was wanting revenge or something.
So, it's 90 minutes long. Mm-hmm. It's the perfect...
It went so much faster than that for me.
You did 1.5 speed.
I did.
To me, it's like a perfect horror movie.
Yeah.
90 minutes long. The story is simple as hell.
There's good deaths.
It doesn't try to get deep. It doesn't try to explore other than the whole, if you try to get revenge, it's probably going to end up consuming you.
Yeah.
That's the biggest theme of it, but it doesn't try to beat you over the head with it.
Pumpkinhead's fun, like you said. He's not just some
that you barely see.
Yeah, he's a funny
and he's just he's got he's kind of an asshole.
He's zany.
He's a prick. He's scary looking. He is a monster. He's a demon. They don't try to hide him. The acting isn't amazing at all, but it's the 80s. It's a simple horror movie. You don't need amazing acting. The look and the atmosphere is awesome. You said the kills were cool. There are some good kills, but I do think the only thing that would have made the movie a little bit better is if it was a little bit more gory.
Yeah.
I thought as cool as Pumpkinhead looked,
maybe that's as much gore as they could get away with in '88.
Maybe. I don't know. But if you would have just had Pumpkinhead absolutely shredding people and ripping heads off and that would have been. But I don't know what kind of budget they had. Now
were there sequels? Did they get more gory in the sequels?
I only watched I think there's 4 movies altogether.
Wow.
The first 2 so Pumpkinhead came out in theaters and everything. I think the second one was directed VHS. The third and fourth, I'm pretty sure, were TV movies.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Sci-Fi Channel. I saw some. I haven't seen those. I saw some pictures of him, and it looks very Sci-Fi Channel.
All right.
Ish.
Like, is Kane in one of them?
Oh, the Demon King. Maybe that's why I haven't watched him. But Pumpkinhead, from what I could tell, he doesn't look as good in the other ones.
Yeah.
He looks good in the second one. He doesn't look as good.
They should reboot Pumpkinhead.
Well,
I think Pumpkinhead could do pretty good right now.
So apparently there is a reboot in the works.
What?
I don't know if I...
Give me my money.
I don't know. I don't know if we need a reboot of it. I kind of think it'd be cool, but...
Maybe get, like, Steve Buscemi to play the...
But, I mean, the creature is already awesome looking. Like, they're not going to improve the creature.
They'll probably improve it so much, it'll actually be like a downgrade. You know what I mean?
The CGI will end up being...
they're going to do, like, CGI shit.
Unless they do old school...
It's going to look like fucking Thanos
practical effects.
Yeah.
It's not going to... Yeah, I don't know if it'll look... But, whatever. If they reboot it, I will definitely watch it. I'll check it out. Again, though, 90 minutes. This is what a horror movie should be. 90 minutes, simple story.
Yeah.
Quit trying to get crazy and fancy with your horror movies.
Stop it!
Like, there's that movie out in theaters right now that everybody's talking about, Terrifier 2.
Yeah.
I hated the first one.
Is that the one we were talking about that you said it's just, like, basically violence against women?
The first one is just torture porn. Like,
okay.
It looks like I mean, when you're watching it, I don't know the guy that made it. I'm sure he's a good dude. But
Are you?
It's honestly just like, what's the most fucked up things we can do to women?
Yeah.
Which, whatever. I guess that's what most horror movies are, really, in a way.
Well, I mean, like I said, I watched X recently, and I like that because the dudes died first.
Yeah.
I mean, the chick still died, but at least they killed all the guys first.
And there might be guys that died. But Terrifier 2 is like 2 hours and 20 minutes or something.
Nope.
I'm not gonna watch it. Like, I might when it comes out.
Maybe on 1.5 speed.
It's on streaming. I want to try again. I tried the 1.5 speed thing. My brain couldn't take it.
Maybe that's why I couldn't get in this movie because it's at 1.5 speeds.
Yeah, you probably didn't need it at 1.5 speed
Because it was already pretty short.
So
I'll watch it normal. We'll do this again.
For me, Pumpkinhead, I would rate it, and this is a lot of nostalgia going into this too, because it's always been one of my favorites.
Don't make me mad.
But I would rate it at 7.5.
Oh. All right, I was going to say, if he says 8, I'll be mad. So he said 7.5.
7.5.
You just got under me being mad.
Because there is, I mean, it is, the acting isn't great.
Yeah. Especially the Joel character. Like, it's just like, okay, we get it. He's like not a good guy. He's not a good guy.
The victims or whatever, like, they are like.
He like calls the kid a name right at the beginning, like makes fun of his glasses and shit.
Yeah. But I love Lance Henriksen.
Pushes his girlfriend down. Like, he's just an ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lance is the bomb.
Now, IMDb gives it is currently right now with 25,000 ratings. It is currently sitting at a 6.2.
Okay. I was gonna give it like a 5, 5.5.
5.5. Okay.
Maybe a 6.2.
So, yeah, it's one of the better. To me, it's like a great movie to watch around Halloween.
Sure.
Pumpkinhead, for God's sake.
Yeah. Pumpkins are Halloween.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. So, one of my favorites from the 80s.
I was kind of expecting the dude to have a pumpkin head.
See if there's any other interesting trivia. I think I got most of the interesting stuff. Yeah. We already covered the poem. Yeah, we covered the poem. So, yeah, I definitely say check it out. Make it a part of your Halloween viewing. And, yeah, I'll check out the reboot, I guess, if it happens.
I'll watch it. We'll go together.
Yay.
We don't have to buy one seat because we'll share it.
Right.
Yep.
We can both fit in one seat.
Easily.
Maybe a little bit of lap.
I'm on your lap?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you do like to get comfortable.
What if I sat on your shoulders and the guy behind me wouldn't be able to see?
That'd be good.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Fuck them.
Fuck those people.
Fuck those people behind us.
All right, so that's our review of Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
Give it a watch.
Sure.
Check it out. Watch it whatever speed you want.
Yeah. Pay attention to it.
Just, try to just normal speed, people. What are we doing out here? All right. Bye.